Hey yo guys, what's up and welcome back to Toe Tags Metal Reviews, and today we're checking out the new releases from Man Must Die, Code Orange, and Avatar. So as you can see, I am by myself right now. That's because TV Fish is out of town. He is going to record his part remotely. He's currently in Montreal getting ready to watch Elimination Chamber live at the Bell Center. So that's pretty exciting for him. So I'm going to get started here talking about Man Must Die. That's what I started my day with. The album is called The Pain Behind It All. I've been a fan of this band since they released The Human Condition, which I think was in the mid-2000s, 2005 maybe? I can't remember exactly, but I like that album and I really loved No Tolerance for Imperfection. I thought those were both great, solid, awesome albums. But everything they put out since then, and it's been a while, but everything they put out since then, I kind of thought was meh. This album though, fuck. It is sick. It starts off with an interlude track, like an intro thing. It's about 30 seconds or whatever, excuse me. And it's like whatever. Then it gets into the real first song, Patterns in the Chaos. And I couldn't get over the riffing on this song. It is so juicy. I was smitten from the beginning. Then the title track comes on, and they start playing around with time signatures. You got 7/8 verses, 6/8 for the chorus, goes to 4/4 at times. We're playing around with it. Really rhythmic heavy, really chunky sounding, really aggressive. Just chef's kiss. Awesome, awesome stuff. Then we'll go track number 5, Click Hate. Holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. This song just brings the heat and the anger and is just, it went into my playlist right away. And I don't say that very often. That doesn't happen very often, where I'm listening to a song and halfway through it, I go, yes, playlist. In the playlist immediately. This is one of those songs. Really awesome. One thing I noticed about this song, and some people might not agree or notice this either, but I kind of was getting a lot of Corey Taylor vibes in the vocals, and not how he sounds, but how he's phrasing his verses. I was feeling like this is the kind of same way Corey would phrase his, when he's singing for Slipknot. So I thought that was kind of interesting. If you're into Slipknot and like that kind of vocal styling or phrasing or whatever, then this might ring positively in your ear. Right after that is track number 6, which is a song where the energy kind of comes down. So track number 5, Click Hate, high energy, aggressive, angry, pissed off. Track number 6, energy comes down, not low, but mid-tempo. Again, riffs just super tasty. The contrast between this and the last song, just awesome. Nice contour, picks up a bit at certain parts, but overall, pretty mid-tempo. Then the next song, Bring Me the Head of the King, energy back up. So we talk a lot on this channel about contour and things like that on albums, and that's what this is. It's when you got energy, then it takes it down a bit, then you got energy again. But that's the kind of stuff that we want on an album, because it takes the listener on a ride. Really awesome stuff. Skipping right to the last song, Who Goes There /IFF, which stands for Identify Friend or Foe. Don't got a lot to say about this song specifically, except it was fucking awesome. Especially for an outro track, super great way to cap the album off. At this point right now, just so you guys know, every time I listen to an album for the first time, I give it a rating. Just off the bat, my first impression rating, bam, this is how I feel. At this point in time, The Pain Behind It All is my highest rated album on a first impression of the year so far. It is sick. Let's see what TV Fish has to say about it.
Hey guys, as you can see, I'm not in town right now, but I'll still tell you about the albums that we listened to today, starting with Man Must Die and their album The Pain Behind It All. This is a band I haven't really gotten into. Viola's shown me a few times, and I know he's more into them than I am. I liked what I heard, but really haven't heard much. So coming into this album, I thought, when I heard them, I liked them, so surely it'll be good, right? And it wasn't good. It was great. No, incredible. This album, there are some albums you listen to, and it's just a mind-blowing experience. This was one of them. This album, early on, I kind of felt like, wow, they're going for really syncopated technical stuff. Like, it's giving me the vibe, like the rhythms remind me of some prog bands like Protest the Hero, rhythmically. And I thought that was really cool because they're really hard, really heavy. I'm getting vibes of prog, metalcore, hardcore, like so many different things all wrapped up in like a perfect package. And I'm thinking, God damn, this is incredible. Specifically the song Click Hate. This was the highlight track of the album, which is crazy to consider because all the tracks have something about them that are amazing. Click Hate reminds me of a song by Fear Factory called Cyber Waste. It's from their album Archetype, which we have reviewed on the channel. Cyber Waste is one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite Fear Factory songs. Amazing song in general. Click Hate feels like a sequel to that song. Like, I get the same vibes. It's angry, it's aggressive, like, fuck you kind of thing. Just, oh my god. I'm sitting there with this album just thinking, what the hell? This is amazing. The middle track, what do we got here? Enabler. That track, great, like, mid-album kind of, break track, if you could even call it a break. There's no real breaks with this album. Even though there's an interlude near the end, great sounding interlude. Everything about this album was so well crafted. Like, I was just stunned by how good it was. Another thing about Click Hate, by the way, there's a point where the drummer's doing this single stroke roll and this snare. I'm thinking, whoa, because it goes for so long. And in that spot, most drummers would probably just do like machine gun double kick, you know? But this guy's doing it on the snare, like, what the fuck was that? Like, and there are so many what the fuck was that moments, or like, oh, this is a disgusting song. I think it would Bring Me the Head of the King. That song, great pit song. Oh my god, you kill a pit to that song. Super duper cool. The bridges were great. Everything about this album was phenomenal. Like, amazing way to start the day.
Alright, so now let's talk about Avatar's new album titled Dance Devil Dance. Now, we've covered Avatar on this channel multiple times. We've done an album review. We've done multiple reaction videos. The last album we didn't get toe tags because it was kind of a lot of hit and misses. As TV Fish would probably say, and he might even say this in his part when he talks about it, that album had a lot of filler on it, but it also had some bangers, like 6 songs, like Silence of the Age of Apes and Colossus. I suck at remembering things. I don't remember what the name of the album was off the top of my head, but it was like a half good, half amazing, half dud album. We both had hopes that this album was gonna obviously have all the hits and none of the duds, and I would say that it's a step in the right direction for sure. So listen to it. I didn't feel like any song was a dud by any means. I feel like every song on this album has something to offer. But again, we only listened to it. I listened to it probably 3 or 4 times today. I actually had more time than I usually do to listen to albums, so I actually got a pretty decent amount of time into it. Some songs that stood out to me. Let's talk about that. So Valley of Disease, track number 3, just a rad song. It's one of these cool songs because it sounds really, really pissed off, but then the choruses are very bright sounding. And that's one of the coolest elements that this band can bring you, is that dichotomy and that duality of anger and bright sounding music, composition. And when they play around with it like that, it sounds really cool. But I just really like the song itself overall is just really awesome. That's just track number 3. The highlight of this album for me, though, at this point is the single that we reacted to, which is The Dirt I'm Buried In. Super interesting song, super catchy song. I remember during our reaction, I kept saying it reminded me of something, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and I kind of felt like it reminded me of some old Billy Talent or something, but I think I figured it out. I think it reminds me of Girls and Boys by Good Charlotte, which is kind of random, I guess. I was never a Good Charlotte fan, but they were on the radio and stuff a lot. They kind of blew up a bit. But just the chorus of that song reminds me a lot of the chorus of this song. As far as melody goes, they kind of have the same kind of vibe. That's not good or bad, it's just an observation. But super catchy nonetheless. Track number 10, Train. This song was okay. It was a slow song, kind of like the cool down song if you want to call it. But I got a lot of Golden Age of Grotesque Marilyn Manson vibes from this song. It had that same kind of swingy type of vibe to it. Not much else to say. I thought that was cool. And track number 11, last track on this album too, slays. It's Violence No Matter What, featuring Lizzie Hale. This song is just rad. It's just a cool song overall. Lizzie's just belting out in the background. It reminded me a bit of Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dogs. I can't remember exactly what the band's name is. But Hunger Strike with Chris Cornell and Eddie Vedder. Because you got, I might mix these up, but I think it's Chris Cornell singing and Eddie Vedder's just belting stuff in the background. Or something like that. But that's what this reminded me of. And I also like the fact that they're singing together through the whole song. Because a lot of times when you have a feature on a song, you'll have like the main band playing or whatever, and then the feature will just like do a verse and then leave. I don't like that. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it's good, whatever. But in this case, they're both singing the whole time. And they're harmonizing, and they both got great vocal ranges. So, it sounded good. Awesome way to end the album. But yeah, overall, good stuff. Excited to hear more from Avatar. So let's see what TV Fish has to say about it.
Coming into this year, Avatar was one of the 2 albums that I was really looking forward to. That and Foregone by In Flames. And they're both coming out a week after each other. And the singles for Avatar were really, really good. I enjoyed them thoroughly, and I still enjoy them here on the album. But the album itself, I liked quite a bit. And it pretty much did what I wanted it to do. Because I thought to myself, well, this band is great. They make really cool, really creative, really fun, and memorable music. But I want them to just hit hard. I want something heavy from these guys. They've done it with Black Waltz. That album kicks ass. And I wanted to see that here, and they delivered. A lot of the songs have really chunky, heavy, hard-hitting riffs, and a lot of really cool and interesting stuff too. Dirt I'm Buried In, I know it was a polarizing song when it released. I liked it when we checked it out. I still like it now. I think that's a great song, very catchy. It's the kind of song gets in your ear and it won't leave, and I'm glad it's staying there because I like it quite a bit. There were some cool solos. There's a track near the end. I don't remember the names, and I wasn't able to get a chance to write stuff down properly. But it was kind of like a bluesy song, then it gets heavy, and then it's like, what the heck is this? And I'm glad that that's the most gimmicky the album gets. Because the last 2 albums we did from this band had stuff about them that kind of leaned so hard into their gimmick that it wasn't working. For example, when we did Avatar Country, there's an entire 3-minute track of just commentary about the king speaking, like it's not even a track. Or Hunter Gatherer has a song called Gun, which is kind of an awkward song from Johannes, which, I mean, hey, you know what? To his credit, he's a phenomenal singer, and he really showed it on this album. Like, his range is completely on display, and you get that really quickly, too. Early on, you can hear all the different stuff he's capable of, and he nails it. There's a feature on this album, Lizzie Hale's on the last track, and I like the harmonies that they create together, and I think that's the kind of thing you want to do with a feature. You don't want them to be there just to kind of be there, you want them to really add to the track, and I like that they layer on top of each other and it adds more of a texture to the song. So overall, I did like this album quite a bit. Kind of hard to really follow that Man Must Die album because that was wild, but I still enjoyed this one quite a bit.
Okay, so last on the list is Code Orange, What Is Really Underneath. Now, TV Fish likes Code Orange, I don't. The last album they released, which I think was called Underneath, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't like it. I gave it a chance a couple times, and it did not do anything for me. I did not know what to expect from this. So I turned it on, and immediately it sounds to me like The Prodigy, like EDM, late 90s Prodigy. I said, okay, this is an interesting way to start off an album. Like, where's this going to go from here? And track number 2 comes on, and it sounds to me like 9 Inch Nails. Like, I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. This is like an EDM album. So basically it is. Every song is electronic dance music. There might be a little bit of metal intertwined here and there, and when that happens, you get kind of like a Static X type of vibe, where it's kind of like industrial, electronic type of metal infusion. I didn't like it. I mean, it's not that I don't like EDM. I went through an EDM phase in my life, so it's not like I hate it. I can get behind it, but it's not what I want to listen to when I'm listening to and reviewing metal. So I feel like it's a flop for me. I don't know. I think TV Fish, and he'll give you his opinions in a minute, but I have a feeling he's going to say that he liked it for whatever reason. I have a feeling he's going to like it. So Whether you like Code Orange or don't like Code Orange or like EDM or don't like EDM, I would always say it's worth checking out. I think everything is worth checking out once to see maybe something will click with you. But this was not for me. I don't like being negative about it, but I don't know what else to say about it. I did not like it. So let's see what TV Fish had to say.
So I like Code Orange a lot. I liked Underneath a lot. This album, what is really underneath, is not what really most people would be expecting. This is, from my understanding, this was a companion album to Underneath. That's all I knew. That could mean anything. Remixes, remasters, who knows what. And what I got was an electronic remix of the last record. That's awesome. I love that. Not entirely metal per se. However, if you like electronic stuff, or if you like this band in general, you'll probably still like it anyway. I think it does fit in with the vibe that Code Orange gives, this kind of industrial, mechanical, kind of, really dark vibe. So I think it fits in that way. It's just, if you're looking for a hard-hitting metal album, just, I guess, listen to Underneath. This is just kind of like bonus. Cool. I liked it quite a bit, but not entirely metal. I will say one thing I really did like is that the moment you hit play, it's the rhythm of Shatter, which was not on the album. That's the new Bray Wyatt theme. And I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? It's Shatter! So that's super duper awesome. I like that quite a bit.
Alright guys, so with all of that said, we're going to review Dance Devil Dance by Avatar this week, giving them another chance to maybe, hopefully, get on the 2 Toe Tags list. I think they have potential to be on there. I think this album has potential to be the album, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to listen to it as much as we possibly can all week long, and we'll give you guys our full and final review next week, so be sure to come back then and see. But for now, make sure you listen to all 3 of these albums and leave your comments down below and let us know what you guys think of them. But subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'm Vile Self.
I'm TV Fish.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.